Incoming transmission.
Hello! This is a video response to AppleSolder, obviously. I have to say, this is a great thing about Valve actually doing this for the Mac. Obviously being solely, majority of the time being heavily trained in pretty much Microsoft products, as well as Windows mostly, primarily. Most of you think I'm a fanboy in Mac. I've only actually been using Mac OS since 2007. So I've been using Windows and Linux since, let's see how far back I can go, 1995. There you go. So yeah, pretty much, the brilliant thing is that they're actually putting Steam onto Mac OS natively, so we don't have to use programs like this. Now, the program that I'm specifically talking about is Crossover Games. Now, you can probably see it here. There you are, Crossover Games. You can probably see. Brilliant. I can tell you that. This brilliant thing, it allows me to look at all my games, and you can see this Steam. It looks as if it's natively installed and that sort of thing. I can run all my games from here. I can do my downloads. All the games that are currently installed work through Crossover Games in Steam. The rest of these ones I don't have installed that I run through via Boot Camp, which runs fine that way because we can't run them through Mac OS. But they run quite well, as you probably could see through one of my crossover videos that I've done. Link in the description. It'll show you pretty much what crossover is and how it works and that sort of stuff, and how you can run Windows games and that sort of stuff natively in Mac OS without you having to use, of course, Windows. So yeah, this is pretty much it. So as you can see, if it looks as good as this, or better than this, obviously from what I've seen in some of the screenshots, thanks to ThisThis, he's actually come up with a couple of good links there. I've put it also down into the sidebar as well. You can go and then read all about it. It shows you a few screenshots of actually what Steam looks like from a perspective of Mac OS. So, the idea is that I can now, supposedly, when it comes out in April, is that I can now go and get Counter-Strike Source. I don't know if Days of Defeat Source is going to be there. No one plays it anyway, well, that I've seen on servers. I haven't seen one person play it in a very long time. So, anyway, also you get Half-Life 2 Deathmatch, you'll get Episode 1, Episode 2, Portable. You won't get Street Fighter 4, obviously. And you won't get that either because that's not Valve. But you'll get Team Fortress 2, and obviously you'll get Half-Life 2 and Lost Coast. And Left 4 Dead apparently will come out. Don't know about Sin. Apparently people have been asking about if Sin is going to actually be part of the whole suit. But from what I've read in the links in the description, probably not. But knowing how dodgy Steam is at the moment on Windows, you know, it's all good and all that they make it native on Mac OS, but seriously, Valve, from what I've learned, has been anti-Mac OS for so long. I just don't understand why in the hell would they suddenly give in. Something's going on, seriously. Why Apple must have made a deal, because obviously Steam, which is pretty much the largest distributor of any game you could possibly get nowadays on PC, even bigger than things like director drive. It's really, really shocking that Steam actually made a move to put their platform onto Mac OS. So that is quite interesting. But with I'll go into some of your points that I sort of agree with and some of don't. But here we go.
Big news to us and to you Mac users who get to grow up using Macs along with your games. I told Lynn for using Google as their default search, about $100 million a year, which is big money, but it's sitting back there on the edge of their seat and they're wondering how this Steam deal is going to work out, okay? And if it works out, which I think it will, if it works out, I see huge things happening for the Mac. I even see gaming switching platforms.
See, that's the one thing that I don't think will happen. Like, considering that PC gamers have been around for several years, like professional ones. I'm not talking about the hypocrites out there that don't know shit about gaming. I'm talking about the ones that have built professional rigs, like the ones I used to be. Like, if a lot of my older subscribers will know how much I've been a custom build PC before I actually got into the whole Mac schema of things. I know for one thing, I used to be into the really, really hardcore PCs. I used to build pretty much, tri-SLI machines with quad-core CPUs, pretty much fully overclockable motherboards, overclocked RAM, the full shebang, pretty much. But, as I have said in the past, I've got to the point where it's become too expensive for the point where I'm spending $2,000–3,000 per year on components. Upgrading is good and all that, but seriously, to keep cutting edge, it can be expensive. Seriously, to pretty much, you sit back and look at yourself and pretty much say, do I really want to have this really good graphics at 2560 by 1600, completely maxed out at 150 frames per second every time, every step of the way, every year, every game? After a while, you just get fed up of spending the money. Seriously. And I've actually grown out the whole full-on gaming thing, so for me, going into a Mac is pretty much a good choice. In terms of my lifestyle change. Gaming doesn't play a big part of my life anymore, so that's why I pretty much got rid of my gaming rig. But nonetheless, yeah, that's pretty much all I really want to say about the whole Steam versus Mac thing. But yeah, in regards to AppleSolder, yeah, don't rub it in. I know you've been an Apple user for a while, but seriously, don't rub it into the PC guys, because it's just going to really backfire. Because these PC guys, some of them are really hardcore gamers, and I'm not talking about the teenagers out there that are literally, oh, I'm a good gamer. Cocks. They're not gamers. They're just, oh, I like PC because I can customize and upgrade. They don't know real gaming machines because they buy cheap pieces of shit. Honestly, if you're spending good money on a gaming rig, you're a serious gamer. I'm talking good money, 3,000 upwards, is what you pay for just the base for a good rig. Anything under that is pushing it. Seriously, the more less you go under 3 grand, the more you are pushing the whole professional gaming that you're supposedly supposed to be. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on the whole thing. So yeah, that's my AppleSolder response. So yeah, check her out. Those links in the sidebar, and I'll see you guys later.